guys, this is the Prince of Macedon, and I'm playing the Rome Total Realism VII mod, Fate of Empires, and this is a mod for Rome Total War. It's still in the beta stage, so it has not been released yet to the public. Anyways, I'm playing an online battle here. I command the army of Epirus, and my opponent is DukeCanada in command of the S.P.Q.R Romans. We're gonna look at my army first. I've got 4 squadrons of Royal Cavalry, and that's where my general was, and you can even see my general skin. Right there are my Cretan Toxotai, my Cretan archers, and then I have 3 units of these Epirot Astheteroi, and next to them I have 6 units of these Epirot Pesheteroi, and that's my army of Epirus. And now we're going to look at the army of DukeCanada. On his front ranks he has 3 units of Greek archers, then he has 3 units of Principes, and in the middle of his army he does have some other units, but we'll get that later. Right now my opponent launched a cavalry assault backed by a Hastati unit, so I'm going to countercharge with my cavalry. And I'm also bringing in a 1 unit of my Astheteroi. The meaning of Astheteroi is open to debate right now, but I was reading from one of my books, and the author seemed to think that Astheteroi means the soldiers closest to the king. So they weren't quite on the level of the Hypaspis, but they were definitely above the regular Pesheteroi. Anyways, my cavalry defeated his, and my opponent's cavalry, the ones on this wing, it consisted of, what were they? They were 2 squadrons of Equites Campani and 2 squadrons of Equites. Anyways, those are his squadrons of cavalry routing right now. Anyways, back to my army. I do have my Cretan archers, and they have a very funky name. It's Mist Rope. Well, I won't pronounce the first word, but the second word is Kretikoi Toxotai. That's Cretan archers. So I'm just gonna call them Cretan archers for this video. And anyways, let's look at the rest of my opponent's army. There's some more Roman units, Hastati, and then he has Triarii. The Triarii, these are the old veterans of the Roman army. They usually occupied the 3rd rank of the Roman army. Anyways, in the middle, my opponent has 3 units of mercenary Sarissa troops, and right here is his general unit. I'm going to show you his general. There he is, wearing that really sweet-looking skin there. It's very nice looking. Look at that helmet and the crest. But his general, he commands the Equites Praetoriani, and I'm just going to leave my pronunciation at that. I don't want to butcher it anymore. Alright, so I'm using my Royal Cavalry squadrons to wreak havoc on my opponent's backline here. I'm just going to roam behind his lines, and he is going to counter my move by chasing with his Hastati and his general unit. But I laid a trap for his general unit there. Once his general unit got separated from his infantry, I turned back and surrounded his general unit there. So he's going to run away from my ambush. If you look closely at his units, his cavalry units, they are wearing the Boeotian helmet. That is a Greek helmet, and that is the kind of helmet that is recommended by Xenophon for cavalrymen to wear. And that's a very nice, very short book. But anyways, back to the battle here. Here's some of my opponent's infantry. They were chasing my cavalry. And I got one of my cavalry squadrons right here separated from the rest of my cavalry. So I was trying to divide his troops who were pursuing me. So they threw some of their peel at me, and now he's going to charge me. And I'm going to scoot out of there. I'm going to do that first, and then scoot out of there. Now I brought my phalanx forward here. So right smack in the middle of my opponent's army, he has 3 mercenary Sarissa units. So I'm going to concentrate my attack here. I want to break them, and then I'm going to roll up the rest of his troops, who are just Hastati, Principe, and Triarii. But right here is my main effort here, right in the center. And look in the back, you can see my Royal Cavalry coming back. And I'm going to hammer an anvil right down the middle here. And this is the only time you're going to see his units route that fast. Yeah, when you play these realism mods, you're going to notice that your troops, they will fight a lot longer than compared to the vanilla version of this game. And I know a lot of people complain about units routing right away, and if you're complaining about that, then you should play one of these mods, because mods like this, it'll fix that problem. Alright, right now I'm going to show you an overhead of the battle. The banners that are blinking, those are his units routing, but the banners that are solid, Those are units that he's in control of. But some of his guys are routing, but most of his guys are running back to chase my cavalry away, because he sees my strength being my cavalry. In a combined arms approach, it's the cavalry and the heavy infantry and your light infantry that is the strength. Like it's everything. It's not just one component of the army. It's everything. That's what Alexander the Great revolutionized in warfare. He made it so that every component in his army was as equally important as the other components. All right, so my opponent right here, he's using his more flexible Roman units to outflank my sarissas. But I had a second layer of pikemen, so it's gonna be hard for him to outflank me. But unlike in the vanilla version, like the Triarii and the Principes, they can actually stand up to sarissas. I mean, it's still not a good idea to do it from the front, but they will last a lot longer. So, like, if you did want to outflank a sarissa unit, it would actually work a whole lot more effectively in this game. But look at this guy surrounding my troops there. Those are my pes heteroi. Those are my regular pike units. Alright, you can see in the back my cavalry's coming in for a hammer and navel strike. And another thing that this game changes, among other things, is that the cavalry squadrons are a lot smaller now. Like, on large scale, which is what this is at, the cavalry is, the strength is 40 horses for, like, a regular unit. For a general unit, it's like 20. And they did that so that the infantry to cavalry proportion was more accurate. Alright, so here I'm taking a whole crap load of my Royal Cavalry. I'm going to try to hammer and navel strike. But this time my opponent learned the lesson. He is bringing some of his units back to ward off my hammer and navel strike. So I'm going to run away from that engagement with my cavalry. And that left the rest of his infantry to deal with my sarissas. Alright, so as you can see, that this is a very long battle. It's already over 10 minutes, but I cut off the first few minutes of this battle where we were maneuvering into position. But you see that big rock on the left? That is, well, it's a very big rock, of course, but because of that, we put our cavalry all in the other wing, because we let the rock anchor our other flanks. Anyways, you can see what I'm doing here. I'm launching all kinds of hammer and navel strikes. Anyways, this is my third time playing, this is my third battle playing this mod here. My first time was against a computer, and my second time was against this guy. I'm probably going to show that battle after I show this one. I did this one first just because it was harder to edit, and I wanted to tackle the harder project first. But alright, here's a look at his mercenary sarissas versus my pes heteroi. And pes heteroi, that just means a foot companion. Alright, so a lot of his units are rowdy now. So I'm slowly but surely gaining the upper hand against my opponent. Alright. Another thing to mention about this mod is that there are tons of units available for each faction. Like, if you play the vanilla game, unmodded, like, there's, like, 2 little rows of units that are available to you. But on this game, there's, like, it's like triple the amount of units that are available. But, I just picked the units that I was sure about, so that I wasn't too surprised when I played this guy here. So I picked units that I knew the capabilities of, at least a rough estimate of their capabilities. Anyways, my opponent, DukeCanada, he's a very nice guy. He's the one who walked me through the installation process of this mod here. And DukeCanada's role on the Rome Total Realism team is that he is a beta tester. So he looks for bugs in the game, and he reports them to the developers. But he's the one who contacted me about this mod. He wanted me to try it out. And I agreed because this mod was set in the time of King Pyrrhus, a very nice time period. And also, I wanted to try something new. Like, these skins are, like, immaculate. If you ever read some of those Osprey books, like, you will see that these units here, they match the artwork in the Osprey books. Alright, so I just cut off, like 5 minutes just then. Anyways, I want to give a shout out to DukeCanada and the rest of the Rome Total Realism team who made this mod possible. Good job.